Well, hey there, pretty ladies. This is Patty from Beauty by Patty. As you can see, I don't have my makeup on yet because I was waiting for you. I want to put my makeup on with you today. And I'm going to use my blending buds to put on my concealer and my foundation today. I'm going to be using my go-to concealer that I absolutely love, the Mineral Touch Liquid Skin Perfecting Concealer. I'm going to show you something that's really cool. If you have a tattoo that you don't necessarily want showing, did you know that we have a concealer that will just blend this away so that you won't see it anymore? And I have one on my arm that I'm going to show you how to do this with. Now you're probably going to have to use a little bit more product than what you would to conceal the dark circles under your eyes or your blemishes or anything like that, but I tell you what, it's going to take it away. And what you do is you put it on your tattoo and then you blend out around the edges. I have one that is just black ink. Well, it kind of turned blue. You can see, you know what, I'm going to show you what it looked like before I started. I'm going to do half of it. How's that? I'll take half of it away. You can see the before and the after. See? You can still see a little bit, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the product. But I'm telling you, ladies, this is nice. It does work. If you can do this to a tattoo, just imagine what it's going to do to these dark circles. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just blending out, blurring out the edges. Look at that. It's gone. See it? Now you don't. Okay? So, like, I'm going to move this down. I have one here. She's my first one, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever back in the 80s when I got it, and now I think it's ugly. But it doesn't show all the time. Sometimes, depending on what I'm wearing, it shows. And I didn't want it showing on my wedding day. I just didn't want her part of my pictures. I wanted to be part of my pictures, so I covered her up. And so you can do that. Now that I showed you how amazing this concealer is, now I'm going to show you how amazing it is at covering your dark circles, the bags under your eyes, your sunspots, your blemishes, any imperfections that you might have. I'm just putting this all around my eye right now. And you can do that. See the difference between here and here. Okay? And then just imagine what it's going to look like after I get my foundation on top of this. My Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation goes on so nice and easily. I love it. So I used the smaller pink blending bud to put on my concealer. And I'm covering up. I get some redness. Nobody's got a perfect skin tone. Okay, so maybe you do. You're blessed with the perfect skin tone, and you don't really need to use as much concealer and foundation. That's awesome. I'm not one of those ladies. I do have nice clear skin, but it can get blotchy. Now I'm going to take my Mineral Liquid Touch Foundation and put a few dots on the end of my blending bud, the purple one. You can also use our liquid foundation brush, which is awesome, but I want to show you that you can use our blending buds. Now I have these are damp, and I just use tap water. So could have probably used my rose water, but I just used tap water to dampen them, and that the foundation glides on nice and smooth, dries to a nice matte finish. And I'm using the edges to just kind of blend everything out. And if you want to go back in and touch up a couple of spots with your concealer at this time, that's a good time to do it, because maybe you need to. And I'll show you what I mean. I have a sunspot right here, and I'm just going to cover up a little bit more. A little concealer. There we go. Okay. I could cover that up if I wanted to. Cover that up if I wanted to. It really does, if you want to take a little bit of extra time and really make your makeup look flawless, take a little bit of extra time and cover up those little imperfections before you start putting the colors on, and make the base really nice and fresh. I'm going to use my Beachfront bronzer today in Sunset for a little color on my face, and I'm going to use a brush. When you're putting this on, you want to do the apple of your cheek, which is right about here. Don't go any lower than the tip of your nose, and then go up the cheekbone. Okay. Notice how I'm doing a circular motion because you don't want stripes. You want it to look nice and blended. Okay. Then you can add a little color here where the sun would hit. The sun would hit here, tip of your nose, down here. If you're not sure, it will be here, and you're just making, that's where you put your blush, in the shape of a 3. Okay? That's how easy that is. Now we're going to go in and do some colors. Today I chose cream shadows and loose pigments. The loose pigments are really cool. Everything's mineral based. Did I mention we never do animal testing? How cool is that? So what you do is you tap these lightly to get a little bit in the lid. You don't want too much in the lid, so you go back and you tap them a little bit so some goes down, and then you just want to gently put a little bit in the lid. I chose Heartbroken. Heartbroken. That would be, oh, I don't even know how to describe that. I just love this color. Can you see that? That's Heartbroken. That's going to go in my crease cut. This is Daring. It's a shimmer. It's a dark taupey brown. And that's going to go in the crease, and probably I'm going to use a little bit to line my eye. My new fave that I use all the time is Hopeful Splurge Cream. The only way to get it this month is to get your Defend Innocence collection, which I strongly suggest you do. Shades that go with every single skin tone. Any age can wear it, even your tweens can wear it. And this is Defiant. This is a really cool coppery, shimmery color. The cream shadows just glide on just like butter. I'm pulling some brushes right now that I'm gonna use. There we go. I was looking for my eyeshadow brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use Hopeful and do a fingertip application from here you'll hear me say use just a little bit of the product because that's all you need for it to be do its job, except with Hopeful. The more I apply this, the more I love the color. I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the lid, and this is a shade of pink that complements any skin tone, ladies, any skin tone. I don't care what skin tone you have, it's going to complement your skin tone. And you're saying, well, I don't wear pink. I don't either, and I love this color because it's a neutral pink. Can you believe that? There's actually something that's called a neutral pink, and I found it. Now this is going to go on the outside corner of my eye. This pairs really nicely with Hopeful. And I'm just using my finger to do this, to do the outside corner. And I would say, you know, go a little heavy with these colors because they're just absolutely gorgeous. Okay? Now I'm going to go in with my Heartbroken, and I'm going to show you how I do my crease cut. I have a little bit of a droopy lid, and I want to open up my eye a little bit. So I go, and I keep my eye open when I do this. I'm going to go straight across, right below my brow bone. You want to keep a 45-degree angle out. You want to go straight. You don't want to go down because you don't want to drag your eye down. If you even go up a little bit, that's better. Go straight or even up a little bit. And then bring that down. See how pretty that blends in with everything? I'm going to go in, I have a real tiny detail brush because I want this to be a nice clean edge. See how that cleaned it up a little bit? Then we're going to go in with Daring, which is the dark taupey brown, and that's going to be our crease color. And you just go right in the crease with circular motion, so it blurs it a little bit. This is going to give the depth that we're looking for. See that? And you can bring that just right at the corner. You don't want to cover up the Defiant that you use, but you can also go in with your small brush, a little bit of pigment on it, and pull that color down. These pigments that I'm using, these loose pigments, look really spectacular if you wet them. You can use them that way. I'm using them dry today, but if you just spray a little bit of your rose water into the lid and mix it, you get these gorgeous, vibrant shades. Okay, see that? Now I'm going to go in with my liners to really do some detail work. You notice I'm just doing one side so you can see before and after. So I'm going to do some detail work with some colors. I'm going to do the waterline with Precious, which is the gold. I don't use pure white a lot on the waterline. I started using like Prim, the dark brown, this one, Precious, and then Polished is another color that I use to do my waterline. And I'm sorry, I'm going to look down here to my magnifying mirror to, so that I can see better. That's what I'm doing. I know these tutorials are long, but I like to give you tips and tricks as I'm going through here to make life easier for you for when you're applying your makeup. I'm going to go in with this right in the corner, inside corner here and here, like this inside triangle. And that's just going to, see how the light catches it just a little bit and just kind of brightens it up? So that's the one detail that I'm doing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tight line. You lift up your lid and you're putting the liner right where your lashes meet your upper lid. And what this does is this creates, or this, not creates, but it fills in the space between your lashes and your lid, creating the look of fuller lashes, and it just is a great detail to pull everything together. See how that makes just everything look a little thicker? And then you can even go in and do that same area on your lower lashes. Notice how I'm doing a back and forth motion. Short little lines, not one big line. Short little lines gives you more control. Okay? Then I'm going to go in with the new color that they have in the Defend Innocence collection, which is perfect for everybody. If you want a shade that you're tired of using black and brown and you want a shade that's going to go great with an everyday look, every time, get Purposeful. Get your Defend Innocence collection and get Purposeful. It's a eggplant color, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a wing starting here. And the reason I'm doing a wing, every woman should have a little flick up of their liner when they do it, because it's going to open up your eye and give you a little eye lift. And then you just run this liner back and forth, short little motion back and forth right across the top, right down at the lashes. Okay? And I'm going to pull this color down to the outer corner of my eye. See how that's just bringing everything up? Now see this line right here? I want to remove that a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my blending red, the pink one, and just kind of blend that a little bit, because I want to blur that a little bit. I don't want that to be so severe. Okay? And I kind of lost hopeful when I was putting everything else on, and that's okay. So just go back in and add just a little bit more and pat it right where you want it. Okay? Or you can use our brush that we have just for the cream shadows. I just happen to be patting it right into where my right in here. And I'm going to do just a little bit. There we go. A little bit more, because I love this color. Okay, so that is the colors. So now that we have the color done, now let's go in and do the brows. I'm going to pause this so I can grab my brow set. I'm back. I use medium shade when I'm doing my brows, and this is a pencil, a precision pencil on one end and a spoolie brush on the other. And then you also get your brow gel. You can get these individually or as a set. I get it as a set. You save a little bit of money that way, and I really feel that you need both to get your brows on point. When you're doing your brows, you want them to start right here. So you want to look straight ahead in the mirror. You want your arch to be right where your pupil is. That's going to be your highest point. You come out at a 45-degree angle from your eye, and that is your ending point. Okay, so you're just kind of connecting the dots. I have over tweezed and over waxed my brows for the last, shall we say 30 years? Not only that, but as you get older, ladies, your hair on your body gets sparser. That means that your brows get sparser. So you have to fill them in. You young ladies don't have to worry about that just yet. And that's okay. And you can still fill in and still shape your brows. It's real important too that you do just a little bit on one side and then go do the same thing on this side, okay? Don't do one whole brow and then try and match it. Do this much on this side and then go do that much on the other side, and that way you'll get them to match easier. But I'm only doing one side of my face today, so. This is where you want the highest point to be, and that's just going to go straight across. And then you want to connect with this right here. Notice how I'm using small, deliberate strokes with the pencil. Be very purposeful about this and take your time. Because it's worth it in the long run. And then you just want to take your spoolie and just blend that in a little bit. And if you need to use a magnifying mirror like I have right here, my cheater mirror that you can't see because I have it behind the scenes, use it. Okay, then you're going to take your brow gel and you're going to set your brows in place. You'll want to do a nice coating. This comes with a nice cone-shaped brush, a little mini cone-shaped brush. I think it's the cutest thing ever. I love our brow products. I used everything you can think of, and my brows look so natural when I'm done with our brow products. They have infused the brow gel with fibers, just like they've done with the 3D fiber lashes. The same fibers that are infused with our Uplift Eye Serum are in our brow gel. So it helps to grab onto the hairs and really fills in any areas that are sparse and really gives a nice natural look. I love that Younique is so innovative and detail oriented with their products like that. Did you notice that I went back and then this way, so I got a nice coating when I was going through? And that's as easy as it is to do your brows. That looks kind of funny. I have one done and one not. Now we're going to go into the I call this the gateway drug. This is what everybody gets hooked on first, the 3D fiber lashes. This is the transplanting gel, and this is your fibers. See how the transplanting gel is taller? That's how you know the difference. I'm right-handed. I hold them in my left hand. You untwist the tubes and get them ready to go. Then you take your eyelash curler. I never used an eyelash curler on a regular basis up until a few months ago. I use it all the time now. You put it down at the base and squeeze, and then you pump the arms of it as you hold it in place and just gently lift up. You are not pulling at your eyelashes. You don't want to do that. You are just squeezing to give everything a nice uniform curl. You're not pulling at your lashes. Then you take the tube and just twist it. You don't pump it up and down or anything crazy like that. You just untwist it. If it comes out a little clumpy, because nothing's perfect, you knock off the excess. And you apply a nice thin coat of the gel to your lashes. And you notice I have both tubes in my hand open and ready to go. This is how you apply your mascara. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. This is how you do it, ladies. If you don't use this technique, you probably are going to have some problems. This is what works. This is what I've learned from other ladies that have been using it longer than me, and this is what works. So if we've worked out all the kinks and made it easy, and then we're just showing you how easy it is. Okay, it's your gel is still wet. You take your fibers and you lightly touch your lashes and put some fibers on your lashes. Don't go any lower than halfway down. You don't put it down at the base of your lashes. Halfway and out. Let that sit. While you're letting it sit, you don't want to waste time because we're busy. We're busy moms and busy working women and just busy, busy, busy. So I'm knocking off the excess. Because why? Because nothing is perfect every time. And you're going in and you're putting a thin coat of your transplanting gel on your bottom lashes. wiggle it back and forth at the base and then bring it out to the tips. What happens if you get them clumped together? Oh my goodness, that's where you use your lash comb. Yes, that's how simple this is. And by now, see how I'm just twisting? I'm not pumping it up and down, just twisting it. By now, your fibers are set nicely into your gel. And see how I'm doing the backs and the fronts. The backs and the fronts. The backs and the fronts. Oh my gosh, I accidentally touched my eyelid with the gel. What do? You grab a Q-tip and you gently wipe it off. That's what you do. You're going to have these little mishaps, so it's all about how you handle it. I don't ever put mascara on perfectly. I always get it messed up. Always, always, always. And I always have my lashes stick together. My lashes are longer, not super long, but longer, and they kind of go every which direction. They don't all go the same direction. So they have a tendency to touch each other and clump. And that's just how it is. So I use my lash comb to separate and get rid of any clumps and get them all going the right direction. And I'm going to put one more coat on the outside corner. I do this sometimes. I like this effect. A little bit more going on the outside corner. And you can do that. I love the fact that this is so versatile. So you see these are my natural lashes, and these are my 3D fiber lashes. And I'm going to seal in those fibers, because you never put fibers on without sealing them in. That's a big no-no. If you're going to put fibers on, you have to put a coat of transplanting gel on to seal it in. And you can repeat these steps until you get your desired look. I mean, if you really want to go very dramatic, keep putting it on. That's fine. There's no wrong way to do this as far as how many coats to put on. If you use 1 to 2 coats every day, your set of lashes are going to last you about 3 months. And we're just going to go through and separate. There we go. And we're done. Can you see that? With, without, with, without. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Have a great day, ladies. Bye-bye.